Hey guys, this is Rosa Kelly. So today I'm going to be setting up my reading journal for 2023. And so for today's video, I'm going to be setting up all my goals and all the books that I want to read and some of the tracking that I want to keep on my journal. And I was waiting a long time to make this video because I wasn't quite sure which direction I wanted to go with my new reading journal. If I show you here my reading journals that I created before, this is my 2021 reading journal, which I absolutely love. And I just love how simple this was and how easy it was, like this with me everywhere. So it was really convenient to document all my reads without taking so much time. And then this is the journal that I created for 2022, which I also love, absolutely love this design, and it's really beautiful to look at. But the problem with this one, it was that I couldn't take it with me everywhere because I didn't want to ruin the cover, I didn't want to ruin the pages, so it was a little bit more time consuming. Because I actually had to find the time to come back and sit down and do my journaling and decorating and things like that. It wasn't as practical as the other one that I will take with me everywhere and just maybe take advantage of like my lunchtime at work and do some journaling and things like that. So I think for this year I'm going to go back to this format, and I am using this little notebook. This notebook is from Michael's, and this is one of the artist loves, and so this is 80-pound cardstock, which is okay, or 80-pound paper, I guess. It's not super thick, but I also like that it's not too thin as well. And I do like adding scrapbook paper on the pages anyway, so it always makes the page stronger. And then I went ahead and printed all the books that I want to start documenting on my journal. So when I set up my journal, I always like to keep track of like my goals to read first. Like this would be the books that I want to read on 2023, so I definitely want to set this up, and then some of the series that I want to read, and just kind of create a little tracking system. And then of course I'll start doing my monthly reads as well. And so I'm going to start by just setting this up, and let me show you some of the things that I'm using. I'm using this washi tape that I got from Temu recently. I also have this beautiful little stamp set that I had on my stash for a long time, and all this little stationery that I have is also from Temu, and it was just really cute and pretty, so I'm gonna be playing with all of that. So to make this page, I just go ahead and do a screenshot of the books that I want to read, and I put them on just a simple Word document, and I size all the little images basically the same, and I make them actually in two sizes. I make the small one for my goals page, and I also do print larger ones, which I haven't printed yet, but I do have them made, and that way when I read I will use those large sizes for the book. So if I show you the example here, these are the small little books that I print, and I'd like to kind of do a check mark after I read the books, and then I will print a bigger size here to kind of talk about the books that I read. And so that is what I've been doing, and it really works for me. It does take a little bit of time to create these, so also what I do is just create this document with all kinds of books, and that way I just print them out and I have them ready set up, so whenever I am ready to work on my journal, I have them. It just makes it a lot easier that way. And I do print this on sticker paper, so also it's super easy to take with me and do my journaling or my book documenting anywhere I go. And I do use the pocket here on the back to store all of these little books, so as I finish a book, I just pick it out and start kind of writing about the book. I'm going to start by setting up my title page and also some challenges that I have as well planned for this year. So I'm going to start with all of that, and then we're going to get into setting up the different months. So I'm going to start with the cover sheet, and as you can see, I am gluing together the pages on these notebooks. So the first few pages kind of have this set up for like table of contents, so I'm not going to be using that, so I'm just gluing all of those pages together. And so I wanted to keep the cover and in general all the pages very simple. So I'm using some of these little like tags on paper, and I'm just going to stamp reading journal in there. And I don't have the numbers on my stamp, so I just went ahead and finished that by writing down the 2023 at the end. But I just wanted to add that at the center and just a few little decorations around the page. And so now I'm going to start setting up my pages, and first I wanted to do my goals. So I selected 23 books to read on 2023. This is a page that I really like. I have done it on the past 2 journals, and it's just really fun to kind of come out at the beginning of the year with a list of the books that I've been wanting to read. Typically these are like some of the best books of the year before, and so I definitely want to check them out, and also some books that I've been wanting to read that I make it as a goal to read them this year. And so all the books on this list will be fiction books, and I also want to create another set of like goals for non-fiction books as well. And so now I'm just trying to figure out how to place the books. Every year I add one more to my list. Like this year is 23 books for 2023. So I have to come up with a setup that will fit all the books. Also, I decided to kind of make them kind of match a little bit on the color as well, so it just looks a little bit nicer. I'll put all the black books at the bottom, not that it matters, but yeah, I think it looks really cute. And so I'm just playing around with the layout, and then we're just going to peel the sticker off and place them down. This is a lot easier printing on sticker paper than kind of gluing everything. So now I'm just writing along the top 2023 TBR, and honestly I don't have the best calligraphy, but it does the job. So I'm also doing these little boxes at the bottom of each one of the books, and it's also really fun to kind of fill in the boxes as you read some of the books. And so far I have read a few of them already, so I'm going to try and keep up with the list. So now I'm going to kind of do the same thing, but I'm going to be setting up some of the series that I want to keep up with this year as well. So I finished setting up all my goal pages. They're all kind of the same process. And now we're going to set up my January cover. So I'm using some of these labels again just to kind of stamp in there the months. And then I wanted to keep this page very simple. So I'm going to be using some of my washi tape and just creating a simple little collage. So here's a look of the final pages. This is the cover, which is simple, but I love it. The 23 books I want to read on 2023. And then we have the page that has all the series that I want to read. There's only 3, but some of those books are pretty long. And I might add some more, but we'll see. Then I have my nonfiction page. I don't have the books set up for nonfiction yet, so I'll be adding them. And then I do have the goal to read the Jane Austen novels this year. Some of them I read, so I want to reread. And I love how this page turned out. On this next page, I want to track the genre that I'm reading, like if it's thrillers or classics, fantasy. And then we have my January cover. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.